And hello, Internet. Welcome back to Land Beyond the Mist. This is the second part of our first episode, and our adventuring party has just come across the abandoned lumber mill deep in the Mistwood. After a series of trials and combats, they have found their goal. Nestled in this little ravine and clearing in the forest is an old stream bed and an old and rotting lumber mill. As the party squats at the edge of it looking on, they see a scene much like this. The lumber mill itself is overgrown with vines and strange bushes, thorns and deep mosses. The creature is a patrol in front of it, a combination of needle blights and twig blights. They blend in with the surroundings from time to time, but they move just enough that the party can see them. Within the walls, who knows what lies inside? But for now, you remain hidden, unseen, or perhaps ignored, and you have the opportunity to figure out what you will do now that you are here in the lumber mill. So tell me.
Hey, fire guy. You like nature. What do these guys do?
Well, Greg, so do these creatures arise naturally, or are they created through magic?
Blights traditionally are created magically. Oftentimes they are created by arcanists or wizards or people who have befouled nature, but it is also something that a druid would be able to do, given enough experience and time to call upon the very forest itself in its, ferocious form to attack people. One way is considered more natural than the other, but without the call of some magic by a beast, a man, or some other type, blights don't usually exist naturally.
So, and then they're pretty much universally hostile to people.
Oh, very much so.
Okay. Any indication of what they might be weak to? I mean, maybe fire, obviously, but...
Well, they are made of plant matter, although you have heard tale of certain creatures that, despite their plant-like being, are deadened to fire. Do not burn as easily do the magics that course through them, though some of these constructs you think might burn easily.
Okay. Well, I share this basic information.
Mm-hmm.
I'd say, guys, since they aren't attacking us right away, maybe we can set up a trap and disable a few to allow us to get the rest of them down.
That might work, but if they're only walking around the edge, if we get close, I'm sure they'll attack us.
Alan,
Well,
how nimble are you on your feet, Alan?
Not very, about as much as the average person.
Would you like to follow me, accompany me, I should say, into the building, see if we can get some high ground on them, or are you shivering in your timbers a little bit?
That sounds like a great idea. You go right on ahead. I'm just gonna hide behind this weird-looking tree. I think this is a great spot to hide.
Alright, what is your bonus to hit? Or your bonus to stealth, Talon?
I thought you were a dex-based fighter.
5? No, I'm a ranger. I'm a ranger with the worst stat line, I think.
You're a ranger with bad dexterity?
Yeah, I have 16 in dex.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 16 is good. He has a +5 to stealth. What's your?
We can't all have 318s.
I should have let you die.
Hey, Catman, how sneaky are you if you had to put it on a point scale?
Scale of 1 to 20.
6 or 7 or so. No, not too bad, not too good.
Damn. All right.
But what I do suggest is, if I don't want to go in alone, because obviously if I get surrounded, I'm fucked. Pardon my French. What do you guys say we go around the perimeter, or like on the outside of it, and try to sneakily take a couple of them out before the combat starts? Because setting up a
That's what I'm
trap
saying.
sounds loud. Yeah.
Well, setting up a trap, if you can get a snare or something, that wouldn't be too loud.
If
I've
any
also
of your
got
if any of your eyes work really well, I feel like there's going to be more than this. Does anybody see any more?
Oh yeah, I'll take a look.
Go ahead
Well,
and
your
give
elf
me.
eyes see better, but
Go ahead and give me a
I'm-
perception check. I'll take anyone in the party at advantage as you all look.
Okay, I'll do it. Let's see here. Perception with advantage. Okay, well, 14.
A 14. All right. You count these 4 here. But your eyes are good enough to see through some of the dilapidated woodwork of the of the lumber mill. As you observe, you see 6 kind of patrolling, making moves between different bushes, different pieces of fallen lumber, vines, and needles. But between the cracks of this place, you see a few more things. There is a creature larger than the others standing in this room here, where the kind of like breaks in the wood, the cracks, you see it moving every once in a while slowly from place to place. You also see near one of the doorways, you're closer to the left side, you see a few more of these needle-like creatures moving ever so imperceptibly through the cracks as well. There could be more, but these are the ones that you know for sure that you spy.
Oh man, now I'm wanting to get a rest in. Oh, just to get some spells back.
to be honest, we know where it is. We can come back anytime. If you
Well,
want to retreat and
that's
rest.
true.
Yeah. That's
I mean,
perfectly
I've
valid.
got some spells that are AOE. Like I've got Ice Knife, and I've got let's see what else is Thunder Wave. You know,
Yeah.
just to,
Look, you're the spellcaster here. If you feel like we need to fall back, I'll support your decision.
what do you guys think?
It's fine if we need to rest up for the night.
I think yeah, we're not gonna get any more health. I mean, well, there's the risk of an encounter at night. Is the only thing.
Do we want to do some shenanigans, like, I don't know, kill like half of them and then run away?
What's to say that they won't form more? I mean, that might work or might not. It's hard to tell.
That's a good point. They're made out of sticks and there's sticks everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. We're in a forest.
I wouldn't want to try to run away from a bunch of trees, because I don't think they'll get tired chasing us.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. They might catch up with us and murder us in our sleep.
Alright, you won me over. Let's go to bed.
All right. Yeah. Let's. We'll get your ability back, and I'll get at least 2 spells, and that might give us the advantage.
All right.
You do have 1 hit dice you can use during the rest, don't you? Because you got one back from last night.
Oh, do you get it back when you take the night's rest?
Yes, so the way the camp works is you may spend any hit dice you have remaining. You regain your long rest features and spells, and then at the end of it, assuming that you have access to rations, you regain 1/2 of your hit dice rounded up to be used in the next day.
Oh, I didn't spend a hit die last time.
So,
Oh well.
yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, in that case, then definitely, so we can all get healed up.
Oh, you're the only one wounded, to be honest.
Oh well. I'll get healed up a little bit and then spell slots. I don't know. It's up to you guys.
I agree.
Yeah, we can
We
get our
sneakily leave
resources
the
back.
area, I guess.
All right.
Yeah.
You pack up.
Maybe we can watch them from a distance too as we camp.
I don't know how much I want to camp next to walking twigs that we might not see in the dark.
It's alright. I mean, up to you.
All
Yeah,
right.
definitely not.
You
Let's get a solid distance
retreat away from the lumber mill some distance. Knowing how to get back to it, you stay close enough that you can re-find it, but far enough away that you feel safe, secure, unfazed by the creatures wandering about. You still have 3 exploration points left for the day. Would you like to use them, or would you like to forego the remaining exploration points to just camp now?
Can we scavenge because we risk nothing?
Yeah, might as well do that.
All right. Who is leading the scavenging? It could be Gorefield or Belandi in this case.
I guess Gorefield will try to redeem himself for failing.
All
miserably
right,
last time.
Gorefield, go search for that lasagna for me. How do you search for your lasagna?
You know, this time Gorefield is losing his mind. It's Monday. He hates Mondays. let's just get this out of the way. So, rather than looking for lasagna, I'm actually just hunting birds, trying to use my dexterity as much as I can.
You are
just
hunting
nabbing a bite to
birds.
eat.
I like that. That sounds to me like it could either be survival wisdom if you decided, or this could be survival dexterity. The ability to shoot true and prowl unseen to catch the birds feels very dexterous if you wanted to go that route.
I would love to use dexterity.
All right, a 23 is a success. You hunt birds and find just enough fresh water to replace all of your missing rations. Everyone can now have up to the 3 maximum rations. With that, you have 2 exploration points remaining. Do you desire to do anything else, or are we foregoing them to camp for the night, Omega?
Is there a way that we can, like, use an exploration point to, like, fortify our camp or, like, reduce the risk of something?
The camp one is not going to be reduced because it's kind of a unique role.
All right, fair
I
enough.
don't know what like taking 10 or more away from that would do to the probabilities.
If we decide to explore the hex we're in currently, would we lose track of where exactly the windmill is?
No. You could explore the hex further. It would cost you 1 exploration point to do it, or 2 to do it cautiously. There would be an encounter roll to check as you explore unknown territory.
I mean, that's up to you guys if you want to, but I feel like that kind of defeats the purpose, like, if we're down a little bit, but we could.
Mega's choice, yeah.
What are you thinking? What do you guys think? So it sounds like Fire Dude is like, nah, I'm burnt out. Elf Guy, what's going on?
I'm fine with exploring a little bit. If we get into a fight, it's fine. We're gonna rest up afterwards anyways.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm under the same impression. I mean, we're out the first time. You know, it says curiosity killed the cat, but it doesn't say it killed the Gorefield, so...
Blondie, as he looks into Gorefield's eyes, as he says this, has images of other feline creatures, in particular, feline creatures that are aberrations or monstrosities with 3 tails that wiped a party that had a lot of curiosity. And begged for an encounter roll. And as Blondie sees this in echoes of time past, he goes, nah, we're just rest.
All right, you forego the remaining exploration points to set up camp for the night. Excellent. As you camp, As you camp, I want each of you to roll me death saving throws, or just flat d20s, as you are eating and drinking and binding your wounds and preparing to sleep for the night. People just kind of have bad things happen to them sometimes. We're going to find out who. Agni,
Me.
you are the least lucky of your party. While you are binding your wounds, sharpening your blades, whatever it is that you are doing at camp. You are the one that we are going to check in on. What are you doing in camp? What is the task that you've set yourself out to?
I think that I'm just tending the fire, kind of. That's what I know best. But really, what I'm doing, because it takes not much effort at all on my part, is I'm kind of brooding over the discoveries that we've made so far. You know, that there's this powerful druid or similar creature that's been sort of corrupting the nature or turning it against people. And just, worries that, there's such an entity out there. I'm just sort of staring into the fire, hoping to glean some sort of insight on how we can best deal with
You
that.
stare into the crackling flames of the fire, barely licking the shadows at the edge of your vision. The deep gloom of the forest hangs over you. Please roll me a D100.
Alright. D100. 80.
Excellent. I want you to roll me a D6.
4.
A 4.
So 4 things that are going to kill us.
4 rude bears
Indeed.
appear.
As you stare into the crackling fire, the world around you kind of falls a deadly silent. Your party seems almost far away from you. As you are staring into these crackling flames, the shadows at the edge of your vision flicker, but in a way that you're not accustomed to. They catch your attention, and as you look, you see a herald. Their heraldry is unrecognizable, but their clothes and finery suggest a high status. When they see that you've seen them, they kind of step forward, and they look to you, and they say, "I've been separated from my ally in the night. I need help. They need help. Will you find them?"
Who do you represent out here away from civilization?
They look confused for a moment, but say, but of course, the High Court, the Blood Crown. Whom else? Please, we must go. Help me find them.
Does that ring a bell? The High Court of the Blood Crown? Is that the
No.
Empress?
No, not at all. None of those words make any sense to you at all.
The Blood Crown, okay. Oh boy. I'm immediately thinking that we're in a... Okay, well... Can I make, like, a history check, maybe? Like, is there any knowledge about, like... Was there, like, a kingdom here or something?
You dig through your mind all the long history that you know. You are taught well in it, I presume. But despite your great interest in the long history of the Empire, the many conflicts, the many peoples, it is a vast place, but in all of the lands and all of the stories that you know, you have never heard of the Blood Crown, the High Court of it, nor the symbols that are on this man's finery.
Well, I suppose it would be good to have some allies. So I'm going to gesture to the others. Hey guys, this guy came over. He's asking for us to help him out. What do you guys think?
The party, blurry, almost unseen by you, refocuses as you say this. You beckon them, and for the first time, the three of you are alerted, and you see a strange man, a herald in finery, standing beside Agni as he bids you to follow and find this ally.
Yeah, I'm putting on my shield.
Alright, yeah.
So, to my understanding, when Agni spoke to the Dryad, it seemed like they were talking in Shakespearean old language, right? Are these guys like
Yeah.
speaking Shakespearean old language as well? Or? Is their common perfect?
Yes,
compared to, like, ours?
their common is old. Absolutely. Their common is not the same common that you are familiar with. It is not the language of the Empire, or at least it is not the same dialect.
As the hair stands up on my cat back, I will probably slowly knock an arrow in my bow and be like, "Are you local?"
Of course. We're making the trip to Antrim. Come, we must hurry. I'm sure they're in danger.
Alright, well, I mean,
Hey, psst. Hey, Angie, Agni.
yeah.
Hey, so I think you should go with him, and then we're gonna go the other way, okay?
I mean, if you guys don't want to come help this guy out, that's alright. I mean, I'll go help him, you know?
Hey, Greg.
If you guys
can
want
I-
to stay at
Well,
camp.
Can I see through them?
What do you mean by see through them?
Like, are they like ectoplasm, transparent? Like, are they solid people?
Does he have legs, or is it just like a little?
No.
wisp
Like
of a-
he looks like a. It looks like a person. It looks like a person that's been lost in the woods and is a little. Their finery is dirty and tarnished and torn in some places, but like they look solid. They look like a person. Yeah.
Do they walk, or like do they act like they walk, but they actually float?
they appear to all of your corporeal senses to be just as human as you.
Guys, sometimes strange things can happen in these magical woods. Let's go help him.
I'll try to shake one of their hands as I walk up to them, like extend my hand, expecting a ghost hand as well. Gorfield, nice to meet you.
Oh, it is a pleasure to meet you. My name is Enrique, and he like grasps your hand in two hands and shakes it vigorously.
I give a thumbs like back to the party, like, they seem alright. I don't know.
Greg, how
Yeah.
valuable is their loot?
How valuable is their loot? I am uncertain. I know not how valuable their loot is.
Is it better than ring mail?
No. They're in like the finery of a herald. This is somebody who would speak before a court or like give messages. They represent somebody of like nobility.
And it's four of them?
No, there's just one
There's
guy.
just a single person, and he has asked you to find their ally.
Yeah, Talon will light up a lantern, and he will cast control flames on it, and he will double the brightness of this lantern. So it's a 60-foot bright portion, and then 120 of dim.
All right, your bright lantern is beaming light across the gloomy, dark, oppressive night, and the herald slips into the woods. It says, "Come, let us search. I last saw them this direction."
I'm going to cast light on my... I unequip my shield, and I cast light on one of my clubs as I dual wield them. And then I beckon Agni to go forward with this guy about 30 feet ahead of the party, and we'll be right behind.
All right.
Yeah, whatever. I'm like sticking with the guy close so that we don't lose track of him too.
Well, he takes you to where he last was separated from the party and bids you to help him look. As you stumble through the night, torches bared, light spells blazing through the otherwise darkened forest, how do you go about searching for this man's ally?
Can we get like a description of this ally? Like, is it? I assume it's a person, but like. what are
It
we
is
looking
a human in the finery of heralds. He is dirty, as if he has traveled a great deal. You see stains upon his
No.
clothes.
I'm asking this herald what his friend looks like, so if we can get glimpses or if any of his clothing is torn off or anything.
The Harold does not give you a straight answer as much as he implores you to just help him look, right? He says, it's fine. You'll know for sure when you see him. Just we need to find them now.
As we start going,
Can I get like an insight check?
What are you trying to incite?
I'm trying to see whether he's like being evasive because he's worried, or whether he's being evasive because he's trying to deceive us in some way, or like lead us into a trap.
You don't need to roll for that. This man does not want to lead you into a trap. He is very worried about his friend.
Okay.
And he's definitely being evasive, but not to lead you into a trap.
Okay, well, that's fine.
Alan's going to take a look around for like footprints. Maybe that guy just like stepped in some mud or something.
Okay. You're gonna track looking for footprints. Talon, please give me a survival wisdom check. This feels like very standard tracking and survival as you attempt to locate this man.
Do rangers get advantage on that in their favorite terrain?
I think if I was tracking my
Favorite
favorite
foe.
enemy, but
You're an elf.
I
Is
hate
your favorite enemy not humans?
it's giants. I hate big people.
All right.
This
Well,
time we're searching for Bigfoot, so you know.
am I searching for Bigfoot?
all right. That is a 22. You are very successful. You quickly find not just one, but two sets of footprints. That one seems to match this poor Harold's size of feet. The other is somewhat larger and indistinct. But sure enough, they separate right at the point that you track them to briefly from where he pointed you. And like a homing beacon, you go straight towards the trail, leading the party through twists and turns in the forest until you come across a scene. The party sees a battlefield. In the center of it, amongst the fallen bodies of broken men, is an eldritch, wounded entity. It bleeds and writhes, its tentacles floating by, and there is 6 men with arrows knocked, ready to strike a finishing volley upon the creature. You see the field in front of you, and it looks thusly.
What the fuck is that thing?
As you utter the words, "What the fuck is that thing?" the herald cries out, "Protect them!" The arrows begin to draw. What do you do?
I
draw an arrow.
You're getting a little feedback in your mic. Something, Greg. Oh no, it's gone.
I'm getting feedback?
And
No, it's gone now.
It's gone now.
equip
Okay.
the shield. I equip my shield, and then I stick a dried arm out towards Agni, and I say, "Do that shillelagh thing."
Yeah.
You must
I'll
act
catch
quick.
Shillelagh on his druid.
You cast Shillelagh on the druid arm. You're the only one acting. You've taken control, Blondie. You have Shillelagh druid arm in your hand. What do? The arrows are notching. They're gonna loose.
I rage, and then I run in.
Okay. Blondie, with Shillelagh in hand from Agni, races in. Where do you run to? What do you do? You race to the creature. Shillelagh in hand. What do you do?
Oh, you're muted.
Oh, sorry. I did a whole speech. I called out to the god to the one of the forgotten gods of nature, Cervantes, to banish this unnatural creature back to which it came as I strike it with an attack.
That's the representative, you dum-dum.
You call out your demand to banish this creature from Cervantes. The power of nature wells within you. Your enchanted hand becomes a flaming staff of pure magic. You strike this creature. It eviscerates in front of you as arrows fly, helping you finish it off. The herald turns and screams in pain and anguish and fear as you finish this creature off. The herald's screams stop and become a slow curse, hating you for your betrayal and your just evil ways. Each of you, please make me wisdom saving throws.
Okay.
Can I get advantage on this because I was very heroic?
You struck the killing blow on the creature. You have disadvantage.
Damn.
I'm bad at these.
Why did you do this, man?
14.
7,
Why did you
6,
do this?
5, 12, 14. Oh no, that 7's a short bow. 6, 5, 12, 14. Talon and Gorefield, the curse wriggles into your body. I want each of you to take 1 wound. As the thorns of nature rip through your blood. It's almost like piercing agony inside of your veins. Agni and Blondie, you barely shrug this off. As the curse digs its way into you, you see the mist fade around you as Agni stands over Blondie stands over the campfire, the burning, shillelagh'd wooden hand of the dryad, having been dipped into the campfire, burns. The herald, the bowman, the creature, nowhere to be found.
I just did what I thought was right.
Whoa.
Stop thinking, please.
I think maybe you did do the right thing. I think that whatever that was might have been very, very evil.
I'm not going to sit here and be lectured by those with wounds. Okay?
I cast Control Flames, and the flames will, jump onto your clothing.
I'm going to control flames in return and stop them.
All right,
Arsonist versus firefighter.
there's a battle of arsony and firefighting, but the mists come to an end, and you are able to finish the rest of your camping cycle. For those of you cursed with wounds, you have taken 1 wound. I've decided that it's better if we don't roll the dice. You just know what you are taking each time. These are reductions to your maximum hit points. They can stack if you have multiple ones of them. From trials and tribulations out in the mists, they will be the average of your hit dice. So if you had a D8, it would be 4. We're going to round down for the purposes if that's necessary. I don't know if anyone has an odd hit dice. These will last until you get a full rest at a safe and secure location, or are removed by some other powerful magic or choice in the mist.
Whoa.
Thanks, Agni. Thanks, Wolfman. Appreciate it, guys.
How was I supposed to know that was what was going to happen, man?
Oh, guys, let's just rest in the camp. Let's not go exploring. And then the moment we get something interesting, we just go exploring and make us all lose hit points, you know?
I thought maybe we'd find an ally who could help us with the fight, you know?
Well,
I'm sorry.
He said the gauntleted foots, and that thing didn't have no foots. So I didn't think it would be a problem.
Yeah, how did
like
it
12
feet? You know,
It had 12 feet.
it had 12 tentacles. Look,
Yeah,
look
it
at
didn't
it.
have
well.
no teeth. It didn't have no teeth.
All right. Your arguments over choices in the night eventually fade as you are able to sleep for the night. I need each of you to mark off one ration that you spend here this night. You may spend any number of hit dice that remain in your hit dice pool to recover HP. Remember that your maximum HP is temporarily lowered for anyone that has wounds. You may not heal above that amount. You may also gain any spells or class features associated with a long rest. And then when morning comes, you will regain 1/2 of your maximum hit dice rounded up to be used in the next day. The next day comes. You are rewarded with 6 exploration points at the start of a new day. Or you may forego those to simply backtrack to the lumber mill that you have found and deal with that encounter.
It's lumber time.
It's
Yeah.
lumber time.
Can we do that and travel carefully so we can get the drop on them?
Yeah, so you can return back to the exact state that we were in the lumber mill before. You come upon them, see the creatures that are lumbering about, so to speak. And you are either unnoticed or ignored as the creatures still maintain their patrols and stay inside this lumber mill.
By the way, that glimpse that I got of this creature here, did I have any indication of what that might be? Does that seem like another form of blight?
It
Or is that something
is, yes. Go ahead and give me a nature check here, just real quick.
I can do that for you? I'm actually decent at that. Well, just
It
average.
is a 10. You know it to be a blight for sure. You know it to be stronger than the blights you see out patrolling, but you know not exactly what it is.
Alright. Well, that's good enough for me.
So, here's my idea. We can split up like Scooby-Doo, and we can do like an alpha strike, where you guys let me run in there and I start beating things up, and then you start picking the things off as I'm beating them up. Does that sound good?
Sure.
I think you should start with, and I'll like point out the needle blights, like those guys. I think they spit needles or something.
Well, I'm just gonna run in, and I'm just gonna start hitting things. So,
Okay. Yeah.
and then
If you can gather a bunch of them around you, I can try to entangle them.
so you guys will. I guess we can all hide. Try to run in, start beating some of them, and then once you see them start converging on me, you start picking off the stragglers. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Does that
Yeah,
sound
that
good?
sounds great.
I guess I'll try to hide, like, over here then, in, like, the bushes.
Alright. So sounds like the plan is the party is going to spread out and try to hide amongst the Gorefield hiding on the very corner of the map so he won't be seen on stream. We're gonna try to hide
No,
along
sorry.
the edges of it. No, you're fine.
I had my mic muted for like 10 minutes talking to myself, but you know,
Oh!
it's fine.
I
I was
was
gonna
being
say,
so
can we-
rude.
Can we at least start on this side so we don't get like surrounded instantly? Can we like take this tactically? Take one group at a time, please. I don't want to go in there.
Yeah, that was gonna be my suggestion too. Is that we all slide to the right. I start beating those two up, and then as the other ones come along, I start hitting them as they start coming, and you guys can just do your ranged attacks on them.
All right. So the party hides themselves in the corner, does the cha-cha slide to the right 2 times. And then Blondie is going to go in all, Macho Man, Randy Savage. Got to take them all down.
If we get a jump on them, I feel like me and Mr. Talon should get a round of arrows first before we run in, or if they're ignoring us even. But really up to you.
Do you want to shoot arrows before Blondie runs in?
I was going to suggest that you ready your actions for when I do make my first melee attack. I alpha strike. Does that make
That
sense?
makes sense.
Yeah.
That's fine.
And then that way you can hold it, and you won't have to break your stealth in case I kill them in round 1.
Well, talking very mighty there, are you?
All right.
Uh,
I want the 3 people in the bushes holding their actions to all make me stealth checks.
That's the one thing I'm good at. Watch me roll a natural 1.
7, a 22, and a 20. Excellent. Blondie, you prepare yourself to rush in as your party dips behind bushes and weeds, trying to ready themselves for the attack to come. We're all waiting on your signal.
so, my idea was to rage
Mm-hmm.
and then run in so I could get both of my attack and bonus action attack. Would that be okay with you, Greg?
Yeah, you rage, you start hyping yourself up in the bushes. You get yourself frothing at the mouth, Wolfman ready.
Alrighty. And then I also have another question. Would it
Okay.
be okay, because I'm about 30 feet away from being in between those 2 that are on the far right? Would there be any difficulty moving to that spot? I just want to make sure there's no difficult terrain that I'm not accounting
Here?
for.
Nah, you good.
Yeah.
There's some elevation there, right? You're gonna go like up the hill a little bit to get to that spot at the end, but it's a gentle slope. You'll be able to race up of that, especially in your raging barbarian wolfman form. You should be able to
Alrighty.
get there.
As I pump myself up, we ready in the bushes. I come rushing out with 2 clubs in hand, ready to break them both. And as I do, I race to that spot.
All right, you race to the spot. The creatures turn to look at you. They saw you coming. They are not surprised by you. They brace themselves for impact, but your speed is fast enough that you get to act first. What do you do?
Do I get advantage?
You do not get advantage.
Ah! So I want to hit the most healthy-looking one first. Which one would that be?
Good reckless attack.
What
for
is
advantage.
what is your perception here?
I have a +3 to perception, so I'm pretty perceptive.
So you're like
I'm proficient.
you're like an 11 passive.
13.
Oh, okay, that's right. It starts at 10. Yes. The one to your left, the Needle Blight, appears to have more hit points than the one to your right.
He's getting a wallop.
He's getting the wallop. All right.
Oh my god.
You swing your club. It comes crashing down upon the creature. Are you breaking it?
Nah, I didn't roll low enough.
You didn't roll low enough. All right. Your club crashes into the creature, striking it for 9 points of damage. It cries out, not so much in surprise, but in horror as it has been struck down.
I am breaking that one.
All right, your second one comes crashing down upon it as well. This one, you send that rage through the tips of your fingers, channeling your inner barbarian as you crush it for maximum damage against it. So that is 4, and 2 is 6, and 7 is 13, and 2 is 15 points of damage in your rage, in your ferocity. The creature falls, and it dies. I believe there's some arrows waiting to be unleashed upon the first melee attack. Talon and who was our other successful sneaker? Talon and Gorefield, you will have advantage if you would like to take some pot shots. Unfortunately, Agni, not so much. You accidentally like set a little fire to the bush next to you. They got some fire, raging. You just have a regular to hit.
I will take out the weakling in front of Blondie just so he can move on to the more powerful enemies. At least
Alright.
if I can. 12 to hit.
A 12 against the smaller blight is not a hit. You strike it with your short bow, and it just kind of thunks into its like shoulder like wood. It does not seem to be deep enough to penetrate this this armor, this thick bark-like skin.
About a 15. Will that hit?
A 15 does. Please roll me damage.
Alright, so I whip around to sling and fire off a bullet, and it is going to do 7 bludgeoning damage to this creature.
7 bludgeoning damage. Excellent. You deal a mighty blow, perhaps hitting it directly where the short bow hit. You like cave in some of the creature's like bark-like skin. It splinters and shatters. It seems to be what we used to call bloodied, but it is not dead.
And then I will finish it off. Maybe.
All right.
Hopefully.
A 23 will do it. 5 more points of damage will also do it. The creature falls dead in front of the feet of the bear. Or no, the wolf man, not the bear man. And all of you ready yourselves as you hear and see the rest of the creatures begin to stir and ready themselves to fight you. I want all of you to roll me initiative.
Oh my god, my first good roll today.
Very good.
You're so fast.
All right, are we all rolled in? I have 1, 2, 3, 4 players on the list. Somehow we're like in the wrong order still. There we go. All right, Blondie and Gorefield, you are the first to move kind of simultaneously in this action. What do you do as the blight stir ready to fight you?
As I race forward, I yell at Gorefield, "Kill the big one!" As I am in full bestial form. As I run forward 30 feet towards that grouping of 2 on the left side.
All right.
And I don't have enough movement to make it all the way towards them. But what you see is almost like it almost looks like I unleash some of like my hair as like a weapon towards them. But it's actually darts that I tie in my hair as I pull one out and I throw it at them. Like some sort of bestial hunter as I'm tossing it at the bigger of the 2 in the pair.
All right, you throw your hairpin at the needle blight in front of you as you charge forward. Go ahead and roll me to hit here. That is a critical hit. Your hairpin goes flying out of your hand, imbued with your hatred for these unnatural creatures. With 14 points of damage, it crashes into this blight before it can move, shattering it to pieces as it dies.
Just a clarification, I think rage is only on melee weapons, so no rage.
So that it would be 12 points of damage. Let's look again at our blight. It is still dead. All right,
Gorefield. That was it for my turn.
It's the second time you rolled the same initiative in a row. It's like we are Cat Dog. We are the same entity.
The same entity working together to fell blights.
Exactly. He yells to me to kill the big one, and then he takes out the big one. So they're like, "What the hell am I supposed to do now?" Do I have visuals on this big one or not really?
Not really. There are gaps and broken pieces of the wood in there, but you saw it. You know it's in there, but to shoot it with a bow would be very hard. I would be giving it 3/4 cover and disadvantage for your attack.
Unlucky I don't have the sharpshooter feat to ignore all cover. Oh well.
Alright.
I will try and take out the smaller one then. I will move up 10 feet up. I don't know if I'm still hidden or not, or if my last shot...
When you attacked it, it has alerted them to your presence, yes.
Cool. And I'll try to take out the other one. for a 15 to hit.
All right, a 15 will definitely hit the smaller of the blights. For 9 points of damage, your bow shot is true and powerful. It devastates this creature. It is gone.
Beautiful. I will move up a little bit more after I see that happen, just to be in range.
All right, excellent. The cat creeps up upon the battlefield. It is now time for the twig blights to go. From around the side of the lumber mill here, the twig blights that you have spotted will begin to march. Unable to quite reach you, they will dash forward their sneaky ways, getting up close and personal with the Wolfman, as these ones will continue the assault. Also, there are a couple extras that come pouring out the other side. Your surprise attack has triggered them, and they begin to rush towards this door. And then that is their turn. The Needle Blights, on the other hand, get to go next. And this Needle Blight is going to take a look at how far his range is. 30 feet. So he's going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And he's going to do a little measuring. He's got 30 feet. He spies a Wolfman that needs a bleeding. You see him...
Do I get cover?
From...
He's like shooting around the corner. Oh, I'm sorry. Those are logs. I thought there was a wall.
I think... No. Yeah, I think he can just shoot over the logs stacked there. But, yeah, good ask. Good ask for sure. But no, in this case, he is simply going to fire his needles, reaching back and unleashing a torrent of them upon you. He actually, maybe he does hit the logs. He just buries them into all the logs right next to them and shakes his head in disappointment. As that will end the Blight's turn. Talon, it comes to you. What will you do?
Talon starts to run towards the fight.
Mm-hmm.
He sees these two coming from the side. He's like, "Oh, they're gonna freaking murder me." And, he's gonna take a shot at this Needle Blight.
Okay, you take a shot at the Needle Blight. Go ahead and roll me to hit here.
21.
A 21. That will do it. Roll me some damage.
Good damage.
7 points of damage is not enough to slay the Needle Blight, but you have, in fact, done some work upon it. This thing will be down to 4. All right. Agni, it comes to you. What will you do?
Alright, so I think that what I am going to do is... Let me see here. I'm going to try to shore up our flank here. So if I can get to, like, right there. I think now I'm good. Nope, one more space. There we go. So I'm going to run up there and I'm going to try to fire my sling again.
Mm-hmm.
At that one. See there. How do I do?
All right.
Hey, there we go.
You fire your sling quite successfully, striking the creature for 7 points of damage, which is... 7 points of damage is just shy of this creature's health.
And then I think with my bonus action, I'm going to cast Shillelagh.
All right.
On my,
Your spiked staff comes forth once more, ready to be used. Blondie and Gorefield, it comes back to you. What will you do?
The hunt is on.
The hunt indeed is on.
Nice.
You attack with your club, striking true for 10 points of damage. That is enough to kill this creature in front of you. It shatters beneath your powerful blows. You race forward. Excellent. Jumping across some of the elevated terrain. You swing with a 19. That will hit for 4 points of damage. Exactly what this blight had remaining.
Greg?
You crush him as well.
Greg, I know this is a waste. I'm breaking it.
Oh, yes.
For the cinematic
For
value.
the cinematic, your second club that you pulled out of your stash just crashes on this creature. It explodes in splinters. Your club explodes in splinters. There's wood everywhere. And you just stare through like a haze of shattered wood fragments at this like blight right in front of you.
Beautiful.
Gorfield.
Gorfield is a little confused because he still sees the big blight in there just walking around doing nothing.
Mm-hmm.
But he knows the dogman has got that side covered, so I need to protect the robo boys on this side.
Okay.
I will short bow the one half HP, missing it as well.
The angle's just wrong as you like pivot around. Maybe you're still worried about the big one inside, and your bow just goes wide. You just don't have the angle on it.
Yeah, and I'll end my turn there for now.
Alright, you end your turn there for now. With that, we come to the twig blights. This thing just shrugs its way down this shallow hill, through the bushes, disappearing briefly for a time, but appears its way down to you, Agni, and it reaches back with its twiggy claws and tries to rake at you. With a 16, almost in slow motion, you try to parry them away, but its claws dig into your flesh for 2 points of piercing damage.
Alrighty.
The next one comes out 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. The next one just comes down here, dashing as far as it can go to get into the battle, but can do no more. The Needle Blight, currently engaged, is dead. Talon, it is your turn.
Talon will move 30 feet along and take a shot at this next twig blight.
Yeah, I was going to say, you forgot 2 twig blights, Greg.
Oh, I did forget 2 twig blights.
Oh, yeah.
You are not wrong. Thank you. These 2 twig blights are going to take some claw attacks at you, Mr. Blondie. The first with a 13, I believe, will miss you. And the next with a 14 might hit you.
16 AC.
16, never mind. Nope. Alright, Talon, you rush up as these claws are just bouncing off the rippling abs of the raging barbarian.
He's just so many abs.
So many abs.
Oh, I'm distracted.
He's distracted by the rippling abs. The arrow flies wide. Okay. Alright, Agni, comes back to you.
So what I am going to do is step here and then cast Thunder Wave.
Oh, very nice. An explosive, concussive blast shreds through the 2 wooden creatures in front of you. This one here cannot survive, even if it makes its saving throw. The blast is just far too strong. This one here is going to attempt to save. And it is a con save. Which it fails to do, being shattered, the explosive thunder wave rippling through the grasses and bushes. You see the remnants of these twigs scattered across the field in front of you.
Very good.
Alright.
I guess I'll, at that point, move 25 more feet that way.
Alright. You see, sitting in this, this shop, a creature as you move up. It is one of these twig blights that you have just eviscerated with Thunder Wave. It is behind some machinery, crouched down, and it seems like it's waiting as you peer upon it.
Yeah.
Blondie, we return to you in this dogfight over here. What will you do?
The one that's right next to me, I'm going to attack with my main hand.
Okay. Oh, critical miss. You just don't have the leverage you need. It's like standing on a weird incline and you can't quite get all of it.
I'm going for an offhand attack.
All right. The 19, though, will be enough to hit for 6 points of damage. Not quite enough to kill the creature, but enough to wound it quite substantially.
And then I'm going to do some repositioning.
If you do that, you will leave the threatened space of this creature. That you can do. Yep. Excellent.
I will shoot the wounded one.
Excellent. The 14 will hit. It cannot
Well,
survive your damage. It dies.
Beautiful. And because Agni is completely out of position, I'll stick with him.
You're going to stick with Agni on the right side. Excellent. With that, the Twig Blights will go. This first one here is going to stab at the Raging Barbarian with its hands, trying to claw you to death. Mr. Barbarian, it will critically strike you, rending into your flesh sharply for 8 points of
wait.
piercing damage. Yes?
The special rules that about crits, you have to be wielding the shield, right?
Yes, you do have to be wielding the shield.
Yeah, it's cool then.
Are you currently wielding a shield?
No, I'm dual wielding.
You're dual. That's what I thought. Yeah, with the clubs. Okay. Yeah. So that is 8 points of piercing damage against your body there. This next Twig Blight is going to start setting up something. You see it moving around next to this machinery. It's like picking up pieces and placing them. It's doing it like slowly and trying to be meticulous as it works. You kind of observe its strange motions. The Needle Blight, on the other hand, steps into your view. It rounds the corner, and it will spray upon one of you. You're both kind of there. It will spray upon Agni, the fury of its blighty ways. You're not surprised. You knew there was stuff in here. And you dodge out of the way. It's attempted surprise attack, unable to strike you true. Talon, it returns to you. What will you do?
Talon is going to take the dash action and run 60 feet to kind of take a look in here.
You see nothing else inside. These are curtains that are drawn. They do not allow you to see directly the creature you know is in this room. You see this strange bit of machinery, old and ancient, with buzzsaws. It is a true lumber mill's remnants, but there are outgrowths, strange twigs kind of running through them. And this particular blight is working on something on the other side of the machinery.
Okay, perfect.
All right. Agni, it comes to you. What will you do?
Well, I am going to run up here and try to whack that one with my shillelagh.
Excellent. We like whacking.
Alright, it's clubbering time.
That is a 14. That is a hit. Please roll me some damage.
Okay, very good.
That is 5 points of damage. Excellent. The creature is struck by your shillelagh. It is wounded. Parts of it break off, but it is not down for the count. All right. If that is your turn, we go to Blondie and Gorefield. What are you guys
Hey,
doing?
Talon, did you say anything about what you saw on the inside?
Just that I only see one extra one, and he's doing something weird in the corner.
Oh, I see. So Gorefield's gonna get him. So I'll finish this one up.
All right. You're going to try to finish this one off. Go ahead and make your attack. That's a 25. That'll hit. For 9 points of damage, that is enough. We don't even need to see your second club as this creature shatters beneath the ferocity of your attacks. All right, you race inside of the lumber mill, seeing the drawn curtains as you did before, or as Talon did before, and you can spot this creature working feverishly upon his machinations.
So I'm going to, almost in unison with my cat dog brethren, I will take a dart and out of my hair again, and I'll toss it towards that one working over there.
All right. Gorefield also rushes in at the same time. Is this short bow attack what you just did, Gorefield? I'm not.
Yeah, correct. I miss abysmally.
All right. You rush in with your short bow. You fire at this creature at the same, or just after as he had to do an attack first. He sees your bow shot missing. He follows through with a dart attack. This creature is crouched down behind some pretty significant machinery. Let me look at the player.
Wait a minute, I just realized I can't dart
Handouts.
because I already used my action to attack the one outside, so he's fine.
That is correct. Yes. You think really hard about darting him, but you do not. Excellent. With that, the Twig Blight finishes what it does. You see it reach out and, like, put the last cog into a wheel, and it cackles a dry wooden laugh at you, and it pulls a lever standing next to it. The gears wind and spin. You see the saws begin to rotate and spin and get let loose like a Beyblade of death. Both of the saws come racing out. The saws are going to go at Talon, who happened to just position himself perfectly for this. I really appreciate that. And one directly towards Gorefield. I need both of you to make me DC 13 dexterity saving throws.
You know, it's a tough job, but somebody's got to do it.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Oh, you
I'm dead as
both
fuck.
failed! You're just so shocked that this Twig Blight was like, let him rip! The blades come flying down at you. I need both of you to take for me a disappointing 4 points of slashing damage.
I thought that was going to be a lot more damage.
2d8's pretty significant at this level, to be honest.
I have 6 max health, so...
Yeah. Needle Blights are currently dead, I believe. No, there's one left. This Needle Blight sees the buzzing blade, like, zip past, just clipping the, like, fur of Gorefield, and it thinks for a moment and decides, this one's bleeding. And it raises, instead of its mighty needles, its claws, and brings them down upon Gorefield. With a 13, I believe that'll miss you.
That will miss me indeed, yes.
Alright, excellent. Talon! You just had your life flash before your eyes. The Beyblade of Doom struck you. What will you do?
He's just got this like saw blade sticking out of his arm. He's like, "What are you doing, you bastard?" And he's gonna take a shot at this guy.
All right. Go ahead and take a shot at him. In the player handouts, I believe in combat, I have cover. Half cover is +2 AC for this creature. Your short bow shot thunks into his like constructed windmill apparatus Beyblade firer and does not harm him.
See you next time, Twiggy McFlight.
Agni, it returns once more to you. What shall you do?
So again, I'm going to try to shillelagh this Vine Blade.
Excellent. That 15 will hit for 6 points of bludgeoning damage. That is exact damage. The creature roars defiantly at you, but you bludgeon him in with your magical stick and show what true clubbing looks like.
Alright. I think I'll stay there.
Okay.
I
Blondie!
got my blades.
It comes back to you. What will you do?
I race in the curtains.
You race through the curtains. You push them aside, looking to find this creature you know is there. As soon as you swish through the curtains, the Vine Blight will enter initiative at 2. And he will immediately hit you with entangling plants. He's been preparing roots and vines sprout out around you in like a circle, grasping at you as if you were to be entangled. Please, make me a DC 12 strength saving throw. Oh, the vines grasp, the trap laid, but you are too strong. You rip through them. What do you do?
I am going to beat him to death.
All right. Please do. 17 will hit for 7 points of damage. The creature takes your blow. You see the, like, vines deadening it a little bit as it comes in. Your second one, though, is unable to reach him. He, like, blocks it with more vines that spring out from him. And he looks into your eyes deeply, a well of hatred surging forth from it.
There is nothing in my eyes. I'm on the hunt, so he looks, he just sees void. He sees...
You see the well of hatred from his own.
Yeah.
Gorefield, you're acting at the same time. Your brother is, like, rushing into the curtains. What do you do?
My brother, you mean my arch nemesis?
Your arch
but,
nemesis. Yeah. You're not yet joined at the tush.
Exactly, yeah. Eventually, we're gonna get there. But I hate this cover shenanigans, so I'm just gonna squeeze in behind there as I let loose an arrow nearly point blank.
Oh, you just nearly point blank him. Alright, excellent. Go ahead and let him rip. That 22 will hit. That 10 is way too much for this Twig Blight. It dies, shattering beneath the power of your bow.
And then, so that was 15 feet of movement, and I'm gonna move 15 back, rushing towards my arch nemesis brother to help him out.
Excellent. Twig Blights are dead. We'll just remove them. Needle Blights are dead. Talon comes back to you. What will you do?
Runs close and takes a shot at this Vine Blight.
Alright,
Call out and say,
if
"Vines
you-
suck."
if you shoot through these curtains, I'm giving you disadvantage.
Okay.
Alright. Like, you know he's in there, but you're not sure exactly where. Your arrow fires blindly through the curtains. Blondie, you see it just, like, whiz by between, like, your, like, intense stare down with this blight. There's now a hole in the curtain where the arrow, like, punched through it. Agni, it comes to you again once more. What shall you do?
Alright, so I am going to go in the building. And I think it is time for me to use another spell. So I am going to cast Ice Knife, I think. So I drop draw out like a drop of water from a flask, and I'm just going to, using my druidic powers, freeze it and then hurl it at
All right.
him.
I'm gonna give you the same deal I gave Talon. Like, you know he's in there, but there's these curtains, and like you're kind of throwing blind here. So, ranged attack through the curtains. I'm gonna give disadvantage.
10.
Oh, right. The 10. Your ice knife flies through. It, like, slices some of the curtains. They freeze a little bit on the edges. But the ice knife, like, buries itself in, like, the logs, like, next to the creature instead of the creature itself.
All right. Well, so the benefit of ice knife is that even if you miss, the target and each creature within 5 feet of it need to make a dexterity saving throw or take 2d6 cold damage.
The target and each creature within. So I canonically said it hit here, but it sounds like the spell is 5 feet within the creature, is how it's worded.
I mean, that's up to you.
Yeah.
It's like a grenade thing on a miss, right?
Yeah. I think that that I want dexterity saves from both the creature and Blondie here.
Hey, Blondie, there you go.
Alright, Blondie, you save. You do not take the damage. The blight itself is actually not very dexterous, but it also saves. Your ice knife, unfortunately, deals no damage to them.
It's alright. I'm not very good at this stuff, obviously, given my nature.
Fair. Alright, the Vine Blight acts next. Its staring contest ends with Blondie as it is once again impelled to fight. It wraps its vines around you and attempts to constrict you, to smash and bludgeon you. It attacks with an 8. Its vines do not find purchase. Your abs are too strong. Blondie and Gorefield, you're acting simultaneously. What do? Blondie strikes with a club. Blondie, your attack will hit. Oh, you hit twice. Gorefield rushes in as well, cat-dogging this creature on either side. But his claws find no purchase in the writhing, living vines. You do 8, 10, 12, 15 damage to this creature. You rip and, or no, you don't rip and tear. You just bludgeon and bludgeon some more. Vines become bruised and ooze a sap upon the ground, but it still stands.
If you break a weapon when critting, do you get max damage on both dice?
Yes, you sure do.
Damn.
You know, Greg, I don't think if I broke it would be enough to kill, so I'll wait for another time. It's cool.
Alright. Gorefield, your stabs, unfortunately, your claws and your dagger just didn't get it done. Talon comes back to you. What will you do?
Talon starts sweating as he sees his opportunity to steal the kill. He runs in with a dagger to stab it in the back.
Alright, you rake the curtains aside and start stabbing.
So anyways, I started stabbing.
You hit. Roll damage.
And I'm blowing up my dagger. So,
you strike the vines, and you, like, snap it off in the hilt, right in, like, the would-be head of this creature, dealing maximum damage, 7 damage, just ending the life of it. It falls limp and lifeless, vines spreading out like spaghetti, no longer held together by the impelling forces before.
You're a monster.
The battle
my kill
ends.
Bill Stealer.
The most effective.
As soon as the kill is over, Greg, I'm still incensed. So I'm gonna go in with hands, rip its head off, and tie it to my waist as like a trophy.
Absolutely. You rip the broken, daggered head of vines, tie it like a heavy sack upon your belt.
I'm gonna like pluck the 2 giant metal saw blades. They're just kind of like hanging off of 2 of the party members.
Yeah.
Like will be useful later.
Should roll to see if you guys get tetanus or something.
Roll for tetanus.
Please don't.
So,
Not clear.
that's an interesting question, Gray. Is there, other than, because there's a lot of wood here, right?
Yes,
Which
sir.
is cool. But did the Blights have any interest in, I don't know, something like magical cannons,
Magical cannons,
Lightsabers.
huh?
dragon's breath scrolls, anything like that?
All right, you begin searching through the lumber mill, turning over the broken crates, the small, like, hidey holes that of lumber and gears and machinery that they were working in. Go ahead and give me a perception check as you do so, Mr. Blondie.
Ooh, if somebody assisted me on this, could I get advantage?
You sure could.
Does somebody want to help?
Yeah, I'll
I'll
sit.
give you. Yeah, everybody will help you, I guess. Look. Nice.
All right. After a search around, you find inside the crates of the lumber mill a number of salvageable ancient tools and supplies, like leather belts, leather-worked straps that like builders or laborers would use, buckles, rusted and corroded but still usable, tools, hammers, saws, even like rusted nails, all of it resalvageable, maybe not in the form that they have now, but perhaps recast as something else back in Antrim. Altogether, you find all 100 gold worth of salvageable resources, tools, and supplies from the crates and hidey holes. Inside this room with the draperies, the party eventually stumbles across a small, like, latch on the ground, rusted beyond belief. With great effort, you smash it open and you find a small, false floor, inside of which are stashed two old clay jars that as you kind of slosh around, you still hear the sounds of liquid inside of, and an ancient and battered scroll case inside of it. On the other side of the lumber mill, hidden in the like vast amount of random wood and gears and machinery that created the mighty Beyblade attack, you find a whittled whistle in the form of a bird. It looks pretty pristine and almost as if it had been whittled by a master craftsman as early as this morning. The pristine condition of it immediately catches your eye amongst the other like refuse, essentially, that was used to construct the Beyblade. And finally, hanging on the wall in plain sight for all to see, is a black iron axe. It is cold to the touch, and it feels uncomfortable to hold for any length of time.
I'm resistant to necrotic, Greg. Do I feel uncomfortable holding
Oh
it
yeah,
for an
yeah.
period of time?
It's not like it's painful. It's unease, like a knot in your stomach, like when Gorefield thinks of bears.
Ew.
Would it be possible for us all, because we just woke up, would it be possible for us all to take a short rest to identify these items?
Yeah, absolutely. If you want to take a mechanical short rest, it'll cost you 1 exploration point. So you'll be down to 5 for today. After this fight, you may, of course, take the mechanical benefit of a short rest, which, of course, will allow you to spend up to 1/2 of your maximum hit points or hit dice to regain hit points, as well as regain access to short rest spells and class features.
question of you before we get into the results of that.
Yeah.
Is there any chance that the mill itself, the lumber mill, can be salvaged or like
That is
restored?
why. Yes, that is why you are here. The lumber mill itself, despite being dilapidated, degraded, broken, the machinery, the things are largely intact. There's an abundance of just lumber hanging around in the frame. As if you were to return to Antrim successfully and tell the scouts and people that you have successfully cleared out the blighted menace, it would be salvaged and turned into a functioning lumber mill for the city.
Good to know.
And this essentially would result in us getting some resources to upgrade buildings and stuff, right?
I'm sorry, say that again. My brain heard words but did not put them together.
My apologies. So salvaging the sawmill would essentially allow us to gain resources to upgrade
Yes,
buildings and stuff.
so we haven't really talked about resources too terribly much on stream anyway, but they are what are gonna fuel the construction of the city of Antrim. In downtime, you'll be able to build buildings and structures and things that will give you more resources, and to do that, you need woods and metals and stones. The wood that you salvaged along the way will count as one wood resource back in the city for the next downtime. The construction of a lumber mill would normally cost some amount of resources from you to create, but because this one is largely intact, it's essentially free once you liberate it, and it will be worth 5 wood resources to the city of Antrim if you successfully complete the mission.
Perfect.
If we successfully complete the mission.
You gotta get home.
You gotta get. Well, guys, I think. So after this short rest, then are we able to identify these items?
Yes. The 2 clay jars, you lick and waft and quaff, and you find them to be 2 potions of healing.
Nice.
The scroll is a scroll the scroll case is delicately opened, and inside you will find a single scroll of entangle. The whistle is a whistle, but it has a special property. When the whistle is blown, the sounds of songbirds are heard by all creatures in a 100-foot radius. These calls are indistinguishable from actual birds singing. Alternatively, you can use an action to break the whistle and summon a large flock of birds that appear at the start of your next turn and surround you in a 10-foot radius. The flock moves with you and makes you heavily obscured from creatures more than 10 feet away for 1 minute, or until the flock takes 10 or more damage from area effects.
Interesting. And the axe.
Who is identifying the axe?
Probably.
I mean, it's pretty obvious who this is going to be, so...
And who is that? Is it you?
It's Mega.
No, that would be the barbarian.
That would be Mega. Okay, alright. Blondie, you identify this as the woodsman's axe. When you target a creature that is frightened of you with this axe, it gains +1 to hit and damage, and deals an additional 2d6 cold damage on a hit. However, you are now attuned to the curse of the woodsman's axe. You gain a deep-seated phobia to trees. When you are confronted by a tree, you must make a DC 13 saving throw, or become frightened of the tree for the next minute.
Wait, is he surrounded by trees? We're literally in the woods.
Yes. After you succeed on a saving throw against this effect, you are immune to the fear effect for the next 4 hours.
I just want to make sure when you say tree, you mean tree monster, right?
No.
Trees. Mega, or Blondie, it turns out there are trees everywhere around you right now. I need you to make me a DC 13 Wisdom or Charisma saving throw.
We're gonna have to blindfold him and take him home blind.
He's just gonna like wake up in the middle of the night and start screaming about trees.
Oh, you succeeded on the saving throw. You're immune to fear of trees for the next 4 hours.
I thought you said 24 hours.
No, 4 hours.
He's gonna have to make this several times as we try to
Yes.
walk back.
So what kind of axe is it normally?
It is a not a hand axe, but the other one. What is the
A battle axe?
Battle axe?
a battle axe? Yes.
Ooh, is that a D10 damage die weapon?
Battle axe is not D12.
D8.
Is it
It's
D8?
D8.
All right, my brain's not remembering exactly.
But
Let
if
me
you
look-
versatile it can do D10 if you two-hand it.
Give me half a second. I will find my exact notes on the woodsman's axe here. I just had the brief part on here.
So, this is gonna be interesting. One day this is gonna happen, but when you break this, I wonder what happens to the curse. Does the curse leave or does it stay permanently?
How'd you know what I was going to do? Get out of my head! Get out of my head!
The battle axe, when attacking frightened creatures, blah, 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 slashing. It is versatile. It weighs 4 pounds. It does 1d8 to non-frightened creatures. And then it's versatile, so you can two-hand it, and it will get benefit from two-handed weapons, but it does not have an additional damage category.
Does the cold damage always happen, but or only to people who are frightened of me?
Only to people who are frightened of you. It acts as a normal battle axe, unless it attacks someone who is frightened of you. Then it becomes a +1 weapon that deals additional cold damage.
Is it magical just by default? So if I were to fight like
It is magical for the purposes of overcoming resistances, yes.
Alrighty.
But like the curse of trees, like you literally need to live in a desert or something not to...
Yeah,
not to
every time you
have the
see a
effect.
tree that you haven't successfully saved from for the next 4 hours, you may become frightened of it for the next minute.
All right, you should get going before he starts freaking out.
Agreed.
Ooh. Well, let's try to get back home, I think.
All right. It is still the current exploring day. You have 5 exploration points. I don't believe anyone has really been party leader today. Who is leading the expedition this day?
Let me do it, guys. I'm feeling good about this one.
As I look with him bleeding from his side, like profusely from the soul wound, you know?
No, we took a nap. I'm fully healed. I'm just cursed to only have like 6 hit points at the moment.
Same. We're in the same boat.
Yeah, high five. No, not that hard. You'll kill me. Yeah, so we're going to go back to Ansha.
So you would like to move through this hex. Which hex would you like to go to?
Maybe take us out of the forest.
Oh, you want to go out of the forest? If we don't
Nah.
have a lot of time.
Just beeline it straight.
You want to?
Right.
Okay. I was
We
gonna
should
say,
still move
if we had more
carefully,
time,
though.
I would want to go up here, but yeah, we can move carefully through the
Yeah.
forest.
All right. You are in your favorite terrain, are you not?
Yes, sir.
This will not cost you an additional movement point, and you get to ignore the forest point. So for 1 exploration point, you may move cautiously. What does it look like as you and the party move cautiously through this dark, murky forest? The sting of battle left you far behind.
You know, he feels like he's going to die at any moment, but he survived a giant Beyblade, and he's blowing on this stupid whistle as they're like walking around, and he's just
It's
like,
just the song of songbirds just filling the forest, trying to beat back the gloom. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. In that case, you leave the abandoned lumber mill behind. Go ahead and make me an encounter check at -10, a D100 -10. as you make your way through this forest.
So what's a -7 on your table?
A -7 is a calm day. It is clear of any notable events, but also clear of any dangerous encounters as well. Your bird song fills the dark, gloomy forest, perhaps with a little more joy than normal, and you successfully make it 1 hex closer to Ansham.
I have to make another save.
If 4 hours will have passed as the party leadership changes, Blondie, you're in the forest. The chances of you seeing a tree right now are very high. I want you, as the 4 hours pass, to make me another charisma or wisdom save. Oh, I believe that's a failure. Let me go back to my notes here real quick. DC 13, yes. You see Blondie stop in the middle of the forest, fear welling in his eyes as he sees trees. Trees, they're everywhere, Blondie.
They remind me of my ex-girlfriend. No. I took her arm.
Oh.
I'm so sorry, Dryody.
Blondie is frightened. He can't get closer to the trees, but the trees are everywhere. He's stuck. There's trees everywhere he looks. And he can't go closer to any of them. What do you do as Blondie is having just a minute-long panic attack here?
Hey, don't worry, man. I got you. I'm gonna start setting the trees on fire.
I just started laughing at him.
Alright, you point and laugh at Blondie. The trees... setting the trees on fire is interesting. Alright, I need a charisma saving throw from you, Blondie. Are the trees scarier on fire, or does that make it better? Oh, it's so much worse, Blondie. The trees, they're from hell. The trees are from hell, and they want your soul. You see Blondie have, like, the most intense fear you've ever seen. Are you hand-axing? Are you axing something?
Yeah, the trees.
Okay, you have disadvantage to attack the trees. You are scared of them. That is a 14. You strike down the object of your fear. The axe slicing through it. Are you using the battle axe? The woodsman's axe?
I was using a hand axe.
Okay, you just use a hand axe. Your hand axe slices through the burning trees. Your mind rages. I think attacking and successfully defeating the burning trees from hell, at least temporarily, will grant you a successful save against the fear effect. You manage, after a tense couple of minutes in the forest, and a small bit of arsony that Smokey the Bear would not approve of, you manage to move on.
Lovely.
You have 4 exploration points left. Who is leading the party in this next segment of the day?
I'll just take us back to Ansham.
Come on, let's explore a little, no? You wanna go?
I mean, okay, I guess, sure.
Guys, displace your
yeah.
beast. We finished the mission. We've got some magic loot. We're gonna level up.
We've got, we have the bird flute, almost like bird flute. We're safe, man.
I'm afraid of I'm afraid of
I agree with
trees.
Mike at this point. I'd rather go home and level up.
I'm afraid of trees.
Man, let's explore a little. It's fine.
I don't think that
First
makes
time we're out.
gonna be
Nothing
freaking.
bad'll happen.
Okay, wait a minute. Okay, so we gotta take a vote on it. So, Cat Dude is like, let's do it. Ranger Boy, what are you thinking?
I'm down. Yeah, let's go.
Hey, Fire Guy.
I'm with
Yeah.
you. I'd rather leave. I'd rather go to Ansham.
So it's 2-2. Greg.
Rock, paper, scissors for you.
Technically, party leader right now.
Who is acting party leader? Yeah, okay, so Agni, final call goes to you. You get to make the choice.
But I think save exploring for when you're level 2.
Alright. You want to move back to Ansham. Please tell me, What is it, after this tense debate amongst the party, you decide to head back to Ansham. What is it like as you and the party move through the forest, making your way through the gloom, trying to find the city and safety within?
I think that we are all, like, strongly craving lasagna at this point. It's like,
Hell yeah, brother.
Yeah.
you know, it's like, we can't wait to get back.
Alright. You walk through the forest, the sounds of birdsong from the flute playing, dreams of lasagna placed in your heads by Gorefield. I'm gonna need you to roll me... well, you could move cautiously. You could roll me a D100 at minus 10.
No, we're not going to move cautiously.
We're not moving cautiously. Alright, I need a D100 from you.
You're sick. You're sick, Agni. You're
Brewed
sick.
beer. Brewed beer.
You're
Brewed
sick.
beer.
Oh my God! What did you do? What have you done? What have you done? What have you done?
What is a 100 on your table, Greg?
Agni, make a death saving throw. You want to succeed.
Okay, just a D20, huh?
Yeah.
That's a 19.
Alright. Agni, you and the party are making your way through the forest. You're thinking of lasagna. You're enjoying yourselves playing your flute. As you make your way, Ansham is almost on the horizon. You can practically smell the lasagna hanging in the air. A creature, something unlike anything you've ever seen. Gold, blue, red runes, wings like that of a firefly, the scales of a dragon, flies through the forest. Invisible, visible, visible, invisible. It flies upon the party, and as it gets close, you think for a moment, oh shit, it's coming right for us. Its jaws open, its hungry mouth shows you thousands of individual teeth, all as sharp as a blade, and as it rushes past you faster than you can even contemplate running, it doesn't kill you. And you look behind you, and a large white stag, 18-point moose, gets swallowed in a single bite by the Quattle, the master of the Mistwood Forest. There is only one sighting of the 100 roll that does not result in a fight. Your successful death save has shown you the creature, but you do not have to fight it today. It flies back, turning invisible once more, and disappearing into the forest.
Holy shit.
I did not
I want to fight it.
I didn't. Alright, hold on. I have to now edit my table to show that it will attack on sight next time.
Perfect.
Oh, so we screwed everybody else who rolls a 100 now. Okay, good to know.
Your
Oh,
thirst,
good luck, guys.
Run into it.
your
yeah.
thirst has doomed us all.
Alright. With that, though, you successfully make it back to Ansham. The city walls soon hug around you as you narrowly avoid certain death. A strange tale to call indeed. As you make it to Ansham, our session is going to come to an end, but we have done something important, and I am going to mark it here on the map. Players, you in your handouts have map tokens. Many of these are going to be the cool things we can make on the map, but some of them, points of interest, danger, you can place yourselves. But you have successfully placed a lumber mill in this hex here. Well placed, whoever drew it out. And it is going forever upon the map layer, at least until the monsters come and burn it down. But you have added a lumber mill to Ansham. You have also successfully returned with 1 wood resource that you harvested during your adventures. Ansham itself grows because of this. Ansham, in its stores, now has access to 6 wood. And you also have a lumber mill on the map. It is yours. It is safe for now.
We're at 7 wood total then?
You have 6 total wood, right? 5 from the lumber mill, 1 from the resource you picked up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah. With that, I'm going to turn it over to you guys. I'm going to add up some XP. I'm going to split up the gold. We're going to split all the gold evenly, and then we're going to do the same thing we did in previous sessions. We're going to talk about the magic items that are available, and if anyone wants to claim them and no one else does, it's theirs. If multiple people want to claim them, we will roll D100s. Highest number wins. It's just the fairest way to do it. While I'm adding that up, though, I would like each of you to give any shout-outs you might have. Tell people where they might find you, what you're doing on the internet, what you're doing outside the internet. The floor is yours to take it away.
Start. So, for the most part, the only thing I'm doing right now is I will be playing in this campaign with Mr. Greg and all of these other wonderful people. Hopefully not being afraid of trees for too long. I gotta see if I can find somebody to help remove this curse. Other than that, I put a hiatus on my West Marches I was doing for about a year, and sometime in September I'm gonna restart it. So just be on the lookout for that for anybody who wants to do West Marches, in addition to the one that Greg is running. On that one, I'm pretty sure we're going to be using the 1D&D rules, which should be pretty interesting to figure out how all that stuff goes and how it fits into a West Marches. So keep an eye out for that. Other than that, awesome. Thanks for the game, Greg. This was a ton of fun. And thank you to my party members for not being too upset about me with the wound and everything.
Excellent. Anybody else have some shout-outs for us?
Big thank you to you, Greg, for resuming the West Marches. I've had a blast, and I'm sure the community did too. And we look forward to more misadventures in the mists.
Excellent.
Hopefully, we get to see some of the cool bosses from season 1 make a return here and there.
Yeah. Well, you're very welcome. Anybody else have some shout-outs? Or are we ready for XP and stuff?
I was just gonna say, also, shout out to Greg. It's hard to keep coming up with new ideas and keep getting back into things, but I think that we all really appreciate that you didn't give up after season 2, and we're excited to explore everything that you're getting ready for season 3.
I appreciate it, thank you. I'm not fishing for compliments, I promise, but I appreciate the kind words nonetheless.
Give us all, Greg.
Alright, why don't we split up some XP and loot, I want each of you to take home 267 experience points each. 267 experience points each. And I want each of you to take home 31 gold each. 31 gold.
So close to level 2.
Very
I know,
close,
right?
yeah.
Almost.
If that encounter had been something you could fight, maybe.
If we explored,
Yeah. Yeah. Alright, so we have a cursed battle axe. Does anyone desperately want this? Do we need to get in a roll-off for it? Otherwise, I'm going to put it on the character who identified its tab.
As funny as it would be to steal the cursed thing that you're stuck with forever and you can't attune to anything else, I think I'll pass.
Okay.
I mean, I don't want it. I'm playing.
No, thank you.
Mega, you're the only one that doesn't get a choice here. If nobody desperately wants it for some reason, it's going on your character sheet.
Please, dear God, please. Next level, I'm fighting unarmed. Please take this thing from me.
Sorry, bro. Good luck.
All right, Blondie, you have the woodsman's axe. If you would like the description of it, I have a nice detail for you. I can post it in chat. or in Discord for you.
Either one.
Okay, perfect. I could probably just start doing that right now. The other things that we found, I'm sure more people might be interested in. We have 2 potions of healing. We could split them 1 and 1 between 2 characters, or we could roll off for both of them. How would you guys like to deal with the potions?
I think that's
I'd
pretty
say we roll
valuable.
for both.
Yeah.
So you want to roll for both? Is that what I heard?
Yep.
All right. Anyone who would like 2 healing potions, please roll me a D100. The highest will take it.
Rip.
Alrighty. I see a 66, a 71, a 75. No, not interested, Mega.
I already got the healing hands, so I'll give it to people who have no access.
Chillin'. All right, Agni, you are the lucky one. 2 healing potions are yours. Please add them to your character sheet.
All right.
We have a Scroll of Entangle in the Land Beyond the Mist, as we've been doing for the last couple of seasons. Any character can read a scroll that contains magic, regardless of whether or not you are a spellcaster yourself.
Do you have to concentrate on it?
You have to spend an action to cast the spell from the scroll. If it is a concentration spell, like a Scroll of Bless, then you would need to maintain concentration. If it's a one and done, like a Scroll of Fireball, then you've one and done it.
I can already cast that, so I'm not interested.
All right. Anyone else interested in a Scroll of Entangle?
I'm always interested in fun things.
Okay. Sounds like we have 2 people interested. Soul and Horo. Why don't we have a little roll off here? All right.
So close to 69. It's so close.
So close.
Gorefield, the Scroll of Entangle is yours. And then we have what is only known as the bird whistle. It is, as I described previously, it is the magic whistle that sounds like bird song, but can be broken for the flock of birds that will obscure you. Would anyone like the bird whistle?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, Agni and Talon, sounds like you are our takers. Go ahead and give me some D100s. We'll see
All right.
highest takes it.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right, Agni, the bird whistle is yours. With that, our game will come to an end. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us. I am glad to be back in the saddle playing some D&D. This was a lot of fun. We will have another game next week on Friday. Yes, on Friday, about the same time. If you are interested in playing or even just following along, we have a Discord. You can find it underneath on Twitch here. It is a game open to anyone to come play with us, and we would be happy to have you. Until then, have a great rest of your day, night, week, whatever it is, until I see you again, and I will catch you all next time. Bye, everybody.
Peace.